Here is how to set up OBS Studio from scratch. OBS Studio is a really great tool whether you're on Twitch, YouTube, or making courses. By the end of this video, you will know everything you need for streaming and video recording. As you open OBS, you will see the main interface, which consists mainly of the preview window and 5 main panels: scenes, sources, audio mixer, scene transitions, and controls. But before diving deeper into each and every one of them, we should configure the most important settings that you will ever need inside OBS. So by clicking into the settings inside the control panel, inside settings, I want you to go first to video option, and you will see there is base canvas resolution. This is the main resolution of your screen and the main resolution that you're seeing right now. Now I have it set to 1920 by 1080. And the aspect ratio will be 16:9, but you can change it to whatever resolution you want. For example, 2560 by 1440p. This is 2K resolution. And the output resolution is the resolution that will be, for example, streamed out to a certain platform, for example, Twitch or whatever platform, or recorded finally to the final video file. So most of the time you want it to be the same as the base resolution, unless you are using for example, highest resolution and you want to downscale it, for example, from 2K to full HD for the purpose of streaming. And in this case, the downscale filter will be activated, and my recommendation is to choose the best and highest quality, which is the last option. But remember guys, most of the time you want to keep them the same. And not only that, you can also change it from landscape to vertical format for the purpose of short videos or whatever. You can do that by flipping these values, for example 1440 by 2560, and the output also will be the same, 1440 by 2560. And finally, the frame rates, you can choose whatever frame rates you want. For example, if you are a gamer and you are streaming high-paced gaming, my recommendation is to keep it at maximum, which is 60. You hit apply and OK, and as you can see, this is the preview window also has been changed to a vertical format because we changed it to that. Alright, next let's go to audio. You will see there's sample rate, and my recommendation is to keep it at 48 kilohertz to get the highest quality of audio. The channel should be on stereo always, and here you can leave your devices as default, or you can choose them manually. For example, I'm using the HyperX Quadcast S microphone. I can choose it, or alternatively, if you leave it as default, it will automatically switch to the device that you are using. Next thing which I want you to choose, if you are interested in monitoring your audio before going to live stream or video recording, just choose what kind of device you want to monitor your audio on. For example, I'm using the headsets. I chose the right option for me. Hit apply, OK, and then press on 3 dots right here, go to advanced audio properties, and here you can monitor one of the 2 audios, either the desktop audio if you're interested, or mic auxiliary audio, by going to audio monitoring and choose monitor and output. And as you can listen, my voice is repeated. It's repeated for the purpose of monitoring, and this is actually a great feature if you want to make sure everything is going well before going to live stream and so on. Alright, next thing, let's go to output, and the output mode, I want you to go to simple. I don't want to go too complicated about that. And here you can see there are settings for streaming and recording. Under streaming video bitrate, my recommendation is to keep it at 6000 kilobit per second, because this is the bitrate which is recommended by Twitch, and the maximum is 6000. You will not get any benefit above that if you are streaming directly to Twitch. However, YouTube can accept up to 9,000 and above for full HD 60 FPS videos, right? But my recommendation, 6000 kilobit per second is the ideal and sweet spot for any streamer. Next thing is the audio bitrate. Audio bitrate, my recommendation is also either you can choose 160, which is the maximum allowed and accepted for Twitch. Above than this number is not beneficial for you at all if you are streaming directly to Twitch. However, if you're streaming to a YouTube, 192 and the maximum 256 could be possible, but for the purpose of gaming and for most of the content creators, 160 is more than enough for all of them. A video encoder, the most recommended option is by Nvidia if you are using, of course, Nvidia graphics card, and there will be an AMD option if you are using an AMD graphics card. For encoder preset, my recommendation is to choose P4 medium quality preset, especially if you're having a good PC, not overkill. Of course, even overkill, I don't recommend putting it to the maximum P7. It will put a lot of pressure on the CPU and a GPU also. So my recommendation is to put it as a medium quality for good PCs. If you have an old PC, laptop or desktop, old hardware, my recommendation is to keep it either fast or faster. All right, now inside recording section, you can choose the exact recording path that your video will be saved, and recording quality you could choose either to be the same as stream, or my recommendation is if you have really good PC, high quality to medium file size. But if you have an overkill PC, you could choose indistinguishable quality, large file size. But I will never ever advise anyone to use lossless quality, because it will be tremendously large file size as mentioned here. Now let's talk a little bit about the file format. You could choose fragmented MP4, right? Or MKV, which is also widely supported, but MP4 is the best in case of support across a lot of editing software. But what MKV has advantage over the MP4 is it is safer in case of any error happens or any crash happens to the software. Your data will not be deleted all at once. So the safer option is MKV, and MKV can be easily converted into MP4 even by OBS Studio. And finally, go to stream, and here you can choose what streaming service you are using. You can stream directly to Twitch, YouTube, Facebook. For me personally, I have a separate gaming channel and I'm using restream.io because I can stream simultaneously for two channels, the YouTube and on the Twitch. Always I'm choosing this one, and here you can connect, and then you will be prompted to log in screen, and you will be logged into your account, and then the stream will be really easy. For the server, you can choose whatever server you are in, but if you don't know what server, it will automatically detect and choose the right and the fastest server for you. Alright, back to the main OBS interface. And here, as you can see, these are the most two important panels inside OBS, which are scenes and sources. So what is scene? Basically, scene is a screen layout which you can put multiple sources inside of it. So let's say you want to add your game and a video of you streaming this game, right? So first, let's rename the scene to gameplay streaming, so we will be better organized. And inside the source box, just click the plus sign, and first you want to add your game capture. My game is World of Tanks. Click OK, and the mode should capture any full screen application, because most of the video games are designed and played as a full screen. Click OK, and now whenever I launch the game, it will appear in the preview window. So it should be launched in full screen mode in order to be previewed on the preview window. So as you can see right now, here's my game, and now we can add video capture device in order to add our camera along with the gameplay. So inside the device selection, I have multiple cameras right here. This is my webcam of my laptop. This is my Osmo Action 5 Pro. So as you can see, this is the camera that I have selected. You can move it to wherever you want, and at the same time, by clicking and dragging any corner, you can resize it. And if you want to crop it, you can press and hold Alt on Windows or Option on the Mac, and you can easily crop in order to remove certain part of the camera which you don't want. Make sure that the video capture device is selected in order not to drag another element of the screen. So you can move it around right now, you can resize it the way you like, even with the crop form, and also you can put it in any position you would like. Alright, so now I have my game capture and my video at the same time. What else I can add? Well, I can add text, for example. Inside source, choose the text. Let's name it welcome everyone, let's say. Click OK. Here you can type whatever you want. Let's also call it welcome everyone. And here you can select the font you would like and the size. Let's put it like 170. What color you would like. Let's choose yellow, for example. And also you can control how opaque it appears, the opacity, and also the background opacity of it. So you can play with it as much as you want, right? The alignment, the outline, and so on. Click OK, and the same thing, you can resize it the way you want, put it anywhere you want. Now, another thing you can add certain elements from Streamlabs website. So first, you have to go to the Streamlabs website, and here you can add different kind of things. For example, you can add alert box, chat box, or any kind of theme or panel you would like. For me personally, I want to add follower goal. It's important as a Twitch streamer, of course. Here is the theme. You can change it to the way you want here. So how you put it inside OBS? First, you want to launch it. All right, here just by copying the URL and opening the browser inside the source, and you call it follower goal, and then you should paste the URL in the dedicated section right here. Press OK. So as you can see, this is the follower goal that we have chosen. You can resize it the way you want, put it anywhere you like. I like it to be like that. You also can add alert box and chat box for Twitch streamers. And also, we should never forget about the music. Also, by clicking on the plus, you go to the media source, and inside media, you call it the name of the music you'd like. Let's call it for now music. All right. Browse the location of your music, click open, and you can press also loop if you would like to be repeated again and again, and different kind of settings right here which mostly you don't need. Just click OK, and as you are listening, this is the music. You can mute it, you can delete it any way you like. It's fully customizable, guys. You can play with the layout as much as you can. So all of these are sources in just one scene. What about if we want to add another scene? Just by clicking here, let's call it talking head video. click OK. And here I want to put just me talking to my audience, not any distraction. So I name it talking head video. Let's add the source video capture device, and you can add any camera you would like. But for my main camera, I have special plugin right here. Let's put Droid Cam, but the same concept we are talking. So here's my main camera. This is talking head camera to my audience, for example, right? So it's pretty easy, guys. What else you can add? Let's add another scene. Let's call it starting soon. Okay, and I have special video which I downloaded for that from the sources. Let's add media source. Let's call it starting soon. Click OK. We browse it, and here it is. You want to press loop if you want it to be repeated again and again, and for this reason we just press loop. Now we have 3 different scenes. We have starting soon, so it will prepare us for our streaming, and we have our main gameplay streaming right here, which includes our gameplay video and different kind of elements, music, and also we have at the same time talking head video. It's pretty easy, guys. Next panel is audio mixer, which includes all of your audio input devices, and my recommendation here is to put it as a maximum of -4 decibels. So it should be, the volume should be in the yellow part of this bar in order not to be distracting for the listeners. This is the sweet spot for both desktop and your main mic that you are using. There's not too much to talk about here apart from filters. You can add certain types of filters, which I will not discuss because this is out of the scope of this video. It will be so much longer than this. So next panel is very easy and straightforward. These are the scene transitions. As you can see, there is fading when I'm transitioning between different scenes. You can change it to cut. This is straight cut without any fade, and also you can control the duration of the fade. You want it to increase or decrease as much as you like. Okay, guys, last panel that we are talking about is controls. So here there are all the action controls that you can take, whether start streaming, start recording, and everything. So whenever you have set everything for stream inside settings, you just want to start streaming and the stream will begin directly, or start recording. But what I want to tell you here is about the studio mode. Studio mode is really important for those who are streaming and they want to modify and change certain aspects of their layout before it will be launched into the audience and the audience will see it. So for example, I want to change the size of my main camera here, or the text, for example, changing the size or position.